Ice cream with banana. Tap 3 mana. Now our problem solved. Welcome to my first video of Magic the Gathering on YouTube. It's time for a top 10 series. This is top 10 flavor text from old school Magic the Gathering cards. I mean, before the modern format, we had tons of Magic cards filled with flavor in them. You might have seen one before. I have some unique takes on them, and I'll go through some of them quickly right now today. Number 10, Scathed Zombies. They groaned, they stirred, they all uprose, nor spake, nor moved their eyes. It had been strange, even in a dream, to have seen those dead men rise. Samuel Coleridge, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. This is the good old days of Magic the Gathering when there wasn't much of a storyline, so they just took some Shakespeare here, some Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner here. This is not the only Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner card in the top 10. If you can guess what number 1 is, give yourself a pat on the back, and I'll give you a box of nothing. Also, you can't have the box. Moving in at number 9, Carrion Ants. War is no picnic, my father'd like to say, but the ants seem to disagree. This was a card that was in Chandelar a lot, and this is actually a decent card. Carrion Ants is a frozen shade for 1 mana more, but you can play it in a multicolored deck since it costs 1 colon instead of swamp colon, +1/+1 until end of turn. Nowadays, these cards are a lot worse, but look at the old school art. Before we had these extra wide frames and extra large pictures, we had these old pre-computer graphics, and just look at this, guys. These are all like hand-painted kind of graphics. This is old school. Anyway, coming at number 8, Goblin Offensive. They certainly are. This card it comes into number 8 because, well, it made a 13-year-old gamer in my gaming group laugh. Magic the Gathering has tons of jokes about how the goblins farm, they will destroy a land. When goblins sled, they'll gain flying and become destroyed from goblin sledding team. I don't know what Magic has against goblins, but it's pretty darn funny. And it's not the only goblin flavor text in this top 10 either. So you'll be seeing a pattern. Number 7, Leeroy. Achan's run. It's the Leeroy. Safi Eric's daughter. Last words. There's another one for Revenant. It's a sister card for flavor text. Leeroy is a card that started it all. There's tons of Goyf cards now. More recently, the Tarmogoyf, which is about $100 Magic the Gathering card. But they all have some sort of stackable abilities, toughness and powers, star, 1+ star. Once again, it was really hard to actually find these cards. I only had one of these back in the day, 25 years ago, if you believe it. Ice Age was a set so large, if you had 3 boxes of Ice Age and each one had a different rare, you would still not complete a complete set of Leeroy. There's still a lot of Ice Age cards people don't know about, but the ones they do that stand out is Leeroy. Coming in at number 6, it's Medicine Bag. My Medicine Bag and I have treated countless wounds and illnesses, but never have I seen so many made so sick for so long. We will never eat squeeze cookie again. Aurum Journal. Aurum was part of the crew of the original Weatherlight, a 1/3 that prevents 3 damage to a creature or player. The card isn't that powerful, but it does kind of combine the theme, like I said, of goblins just being made fun of over and over again in Magic the Gathering history. I never actually played Exodus myself. I did get a complete set of Exodus from someone who needed help paying his traffic ticket. I got a complete set of Exodus for $50. I wish I still had it now. But, you know, the Weatherlight as one of the mainstays of Magic the Gathering culture, and it is recently come out with Return to Dominaria, with the Weatherlight crew of the new generation stopping by, and guess what? Squee is still a part of the Weatherlight crew 20 years later. And coming in at number 5, Boorstin, Von Ursus. How can you accuse me of evil? Though these deeds be unsavory, no one will argue. Good shall follow from them. This is my personal mantra. I actually wrote a paper on this freshman year of college. Don't be afraid, guys, to jump on any grenades. Sometimes you gotta express your beliefs and you get punished for it. You gotta stick with those beliefs. Boorstin Von Ursus kind of sticks to that, and to me, he's kind of a personal hero of mine. Number 4, Bob Maher, the Dark Confidant. If you're wondering why Dark Confidant's called Bob, well, he's an invitational card. There really is a person that's called the Dark Confidant. His name's Bob Maher, and he looks like this. He shows up in the VSL challenges, Vintage Super League challenges. Greatness at any cost. This is something that modern players even remember. Even though Ravnica isn't such of an old card, I decided to include it in here because Ravnica was a little bit after Mirrodin, but there's only about a dozen invitational cards out there, and this is the most memorable one of them all. Coming in at number 3, Nullrod. I think this is Randy Bueller's favorite card because he's quoted it twice on Twitch and YouTube for the Vintage Super League. Jared says, but it doesn't do anything. Hannah says, no, it does nothing. Jared, Hannah, once again, members of the Weatherlight crew. It just describes the card to a T. Players cannot play any artifact abilities requiring an activation cost. Number 2 on the list is Double Dip. Choose another player, gain 5 life, now an additional 5 life at the beginning of the next game of that player. That's something straight out of Unglued. This expansion symbol. This is something that never show up in a Magic the Gathering game because a lot of Magic the Gathering games are just not best 2 out of 3, but just best out of 1. But it's a limerick. It starts, in a duel and taking a lickin'. The wizard exclaimed, I'm no chicken. I'm facing defeat, but next time we meet, you're in for a nasty butt kicking. This is part of a cycle of cards from Unglued. I decided this is like a 5-way tie because there just isn't enough room in the top 10 for all the good ones of these. I tried my best to narrow it down, but we'll just have to stick with Double Dip. Anyway, if you guess what number 1 is, here we go. Wall of Ice. Through the drifts, the snowy cliffs did send a dismal sheen. Nor shapes of men, nor beasts we ken, the ice was all between. Samuel Coleridge, the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Wall of Ice is a special place in my heart because, well, my Magic the Gathering online username is Wall of Ice. And that's it for the top 10. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, and if there's anything even better than these top 10 that you think should be included, I'll be happy to look at your opinions and see, what's going on. But that's it. Thanks, guys.